Let's face it, when you're a first-time home buyer, you don't always know what features to look for that in the end also make you some money when you sell the home, maybe 5 or 10 years down the road. And let's just forget what kind of a real estate market we're in. Seller market, buyer's market. Let's just talk solid investment. What are you looking for when you want to purchase a house? You have no idea really what to look for. You know what you want, but what actually makes you money when you're going to sell it down the road 5 or 10 years from now? And there are some things that definitely will make a difference and some that might not be that important, but let's focus on what makes you money if you're not keeping your house for 30 years. All right, let's start with the first one. Feature number 1, super important, and you can't change that at all. That's the location of your house. If you buy a corner lot, you will have a larger lot. For your dogs, it's going to be fun, but you also have more work. If a low maintenance lifestyle is what you're looking for, then maybe you're going to look at a townhome. And for townhomes, there's this trick. You want a townhome that is on the outside of the townhome rows. That way you get additional windows and additional lighting, and you only have one neighbor. And windows. Having as much natural light in your house as possible is really important. In Colorado, we have the advantage of having tons of sun, and we want to invite the sun into our house. The disadvantage is that the house could heat up much quicker than you expect, but there are solutions for that. Something that you cannot change once you moved into a house, or it's really hard to change, is actually adding more windows. You can always cover them up, but adding them is a huge pain. So try to pick a house that has a ton of windows. That said, you will find that older homes, so 90s and older, have generally smaller and fewer windows, while the new construction homes generally have bigger and more windows because they're following the trend of what buyers want. And that is one of the things that many buyers are just asking for, and so should you. Even though it has been 10, 15 years that the open floor concepts have been super popular, I think they will continue to be popular even 10 or 15 years down the road. So easy entertaining in those floor plans is what people like, what home buyers like, or tenants like if you decide to rent this home. Open floor plan means you have your kitchen flowing into your dining room, into your living room. And the nice thing is, really, when you have people over or just your family gathering, you can all communicate. Nobody is really separated from the rest of the family. A kitchen is the heart of the home, and therefore it is very important to home buyers. If you have a choice to buy either a kitchen with a lot of cabinet space, or you can see the potential in improving the kitchen with more cabinet space, with more upgraded features such as the granite countertops or a big farmer sink, that is something where you will definitely get a return on investment. So again, the amount of storage space, stainless steel appliances are important, and overall the layout. If you have a choice at all, think of the working triangle in your kitchen, which is your sink, to the stove, to the refrigerator. And regardless of whether you're buying a new construction home or an existing home, take a close look at how the house is oriented. So if you are backing up to a fairly busy street, that can decrease your home value because generally buyers don't like that. On the other side, a pro is you might get a discount because of that. Just keep in mind that later on, that can take away from your sales price. And if you are facing north and your house is getting a little sun, let's say on the patio, you will have more ice. If you have a shaded driveway, your driveway will be iced over until March because we're getting snow, the snow turns into ice and it just doesn't melt. Colorado sun is strong, but only where it actually hits. So consider that. And ample storage is super important. In the garage, there could be shelving or maybe even old cabinets. Whatever it takes, if you don't have it, you can definitely create it, even in smaller garages. In the kitchen, you might have, well, in this case, a prep pantry or another pantry to give you more room for your food storage or for any items that you'd like to have close. And the ever important coat closet in Colorado, because it gets cold here. You want to be able to have all your coats on the front entry and not somewhere stashed away in another closet or in your bedroom. Another request that buyers have is great flooring. Consider LVP or hardwood flooring. Buyers consistently request that. If you do have carpet in your home, consider changing it into either hardwood or LVP. Price-wise, they're about the same at this moment. That might change down the road, but you have LVP generally being much more durable than hardwood flooring. If you currently have hardwood flooring in your house, it might need just a freshen up and you're good to go. And if you're thinking about what size of home should I buy, regardless of, well, what you need, you might need only 1,800 square feet, but there's a sweet spot that fits the majority of the buyers, which is right around 2,000 square feet. So think roughly 2,000 square feet. Think about 3 bedrooms, maybe 4 bedrooms are nice, and at least 2 bathrooms. I'm telling you, 2 bathrooms is a must. It's almost a non-negotiable. If you end up having to buy a house because of budget restraints or just availability with 1.5 bathrooms, look at that half bathroom and see if there's any opportunity to add a shower down the road, because to turn this house into a 2-bathroom house. But in order to keep that sweet spot, again, think around 2,000 square feet, plus minus. Think of 3 to 4 bedrooms, at least. Think 2 bathrooms, for sure. And ideally, a 2-car garage. I would be okay if you just had a 1-car garage if that were necessary. But 2-car, talking about the sweet spot, that's where it's at. That sweet spot is important because that enables you to have the most flexibility. You can rent it easily, but you can also sell it fairly easily. So keep that in mind. A functional floor plan is also very important. You might think, what is a functional floor plan? Well, it's a floor plan where you feel like you don't have a ton of wasted space. Every room, every area has a purpose, where the rooms are well sized and everything flows well. So in the 90s, there was one popular floor plan where you had stairs in the middle of the main level. And then on this side, you had a formal living room, a formal dining room, the kitchen, another living room, and then another room. So there was a circle around the stairs, but it really limited you to what you could do with the space. And while each room had a purpose, you were really limited with that purpose. So everything that is well laid out gives you definition, but also purpose. A primary suite is one of the most requested features by home buyers in a home. It can be a problem if you purchase a home that was built in the 50s and 60s, because that was really not an option. But nowadays, with new construction homes, they all offer primary suites with an adjoining bathroom. If you have an older home, take a look and see if you can potentially break through a wall and add an adjoining bathroom. So there's possibilities out there. Just keep that in mind when you're buying. Whether you're out and about looking at homes or you're scrolling on your phone trying to find your dream home, the most important part is to keep those features in the back of your head to make your purchase, your very first purchase, a solid investment.